1,
2,
3,
4, 5,
6.
Hi, how are y'all? My name is Allison Case, and today we'll be learning how to sew. For all occasions, whether it be clothing, pillows, or home decor, we're going to find something for you to sew for beginners. So, if you've never sewn before and you don't know where to start, a good place to start is either Joann's or Hobby Lobby. The things that you're looking for the basic sewing pillow would be a sewing machine, which ranges from $99 the cheapest to about as far up as you can go to an embroidery machine that will cost about $2 grand. You will also need some thread, whatever color that matches your fabric, or you can get creative and pick whatever thread you like. We also need needles if they don't already come with the machine. Some fabric of your choice, just like this. And you'll also need a pattern, whatever pattern you choose. So, to get started, you're going to set up your machine. The first thing you're going to do is wind the bobbin. So you're going to pull the bobbin out of the machine. And it's located right underneath the needle and the footstool. So you're going to wind the thread around the bobbin, stick it right inside of its home, pull the thread out, wind it around the anchor, and then to the back. Once the first part is done, you're going to put the clear lid right on top and continue to the next step. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to wind the top. There we go. So you're going to pull the thread all the way out, wrap it around the first number 1. It's all labeled on your machine for you. All the way down, and all the steps are labeled for you. So again, it should be a simple, super process for you to follow. Pull the thread through the needle, and then again proceed along to the back. It helps me if I twist them together so that I know if they stay together and lock. So once the machine is loaded and the thread is all in the machine, you're going to continue to your pattern. So patterns range from any price. You can get clothing items like the one I have here. This is a blouse, and as you can tell by the packaging, and we can pass it on if you like, each pattern comes with multiple different shirts. So you can do it for different styles, different shapes. This one has different types of sleeves and bows and everything else. And so they're very versatile, and you can use it for a lot of different things. So I'll set that right there if you like. This one is $2.97. Super easy buy, super great purchase. So once you open it up, it's going to look something like this. This is what a basic pattern looks like. It's going to come as one big sheet, and you're going to have outlines of multiple different pieces on side of the paper. So as an illustration, I pre-cut a piece of the pattern out for you to see. This is actually going to be this side of the shirt. So it's going to go something like that. There's a whole bunch of different complicated numbers and wording on there. I most of the time don't worry about it. There are a lot of different measurements that you can look at if you already know your waist size and that sort of thing. Something else to be very conscientious of is if you make your own pattern, which is very easy to do. Always leave about an inch to an inch and a half room on the edge for your foot. And we'll kind of go into that in a little bit. So this is the left side. Once you cut it out, you're going to lay it up against the fabric. So I have some fabric for you. You're going to lay it up against the fabric and then proceed to pin around the edge. So I've already done a little bit of that right here. This is actually going to be the strap. So there's the strap. I already cut out the piece of pattern, cut out the fabric, and have pinned it together. So this is what you're going to be sewing with and working with. In order to get a sew started, you're going to put it right on the edge of the foot, and it's going to line up perfectly. Just like so. So the first thing you're going to do is put the needle all the way down, so that way it's hooked, and that way it's anchored down. Once that's complete, you can begin the sewing process. So with whichever foot is dominant, you're going to press down, start the machine. If you're more comfortable with going slow as a beginner, that's perfectly all right. Once you get about a quarter of an inch of the sew, you're going to press the reverse button, which is going to be right next to the needle. Press the reverse button, and that's actually going to lock the thread in place. Once it's locked, you're free to continue your stitch. So you can work all the way down, and then take pins out as much as you need to. If you come to a corner, Just stop, sink your anchor just like the beginning, and then flip it around. Once you flip it, put the foot back down and continue to stitch. Once you finish the desired stitch, you can pull it out, grab some scissors, cut it free, and you can take the pattern off if you like in advance, or you can just rip it off. It's super easy to rip off. And you've got your stitch. So that is how you create a stitch on a piece of fabric. If you'd like to pull multiple fabrics and sew them together, you're just going to pin the two fabrics together and then continue your stitch, just like we taught previously. So that is a basic stitch. That's how you sew things together. Do y'all have any questions?
If you wanted to monogram your initial or something, can you use that machine to do that?
This specific machine, no ma'am, but you can definitely go to the store. Again, Joann's, I think, is fully equipped. Joann should have the proper equipment to monogram something under a shirt or hair.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you use, like the top thread and the bottom thread, can they be different colors or do they have to be the same?
They can be different colors. It has a nice little twist for it if you like. So it'll be really pretty pop.
To hide the seam, should you think about, should you sew the thing inside out, or, does it really matter?
It depends on the look that you're going for. We can sew it inside out if you're doing a pillow and you like to hide the seam. If you sew the opposite sides of the fabric together, and then pull them apart, you should be able to hide the seam. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Any more questions? When you sew the stitch, does the paper have to be on top or the bottom of the stitch? Either one works. Actually, normally what I do is I actually take the pattern off of it once my pattern or my fabric is cut. So it's not like a necessary thing. They are light, so that way you can pull it off if you like I demonstrated, if you don't want to use it again, but you can save the patterns and reuse them if you like. So it's not a mandatory thing while you're sewing. Any more questions? All right, well, this concludes our Q&A. Thank y'all so much for sewing with us, and we hope you enjoyed.